So literally, words are things. And if we want to see different things or experience different things, one thing that we should be doing out of some other things is changing our words.
Let's go. Let's grow.
What's up,
Let's
everybody? My
get
name is
it.
Carlos V. Spencer. We are here back for another week. We're so glad you're tuning in. So glad you are listening in to this information. Our design, our goal, our purpose, our pursuit is to make you better. We believe that you have been becoming better while listening in. You've been becoming better by watching these videos as well. So keep doing that. Keep doing that for yourself. Keep challenging yourself. When what you're finding out and what you're hearing, let's apply it. Make sure that we're applying it to our lives so that we can see our lives begin to change, right? The information that you hear in here is never something that we want to push on you so you feel bad about what you're doing, right? We don't want you to feel bad that, all right, I didn't hear this information before. I'm beating myself up. We never want you to beat yourself up. We want you to take this information and apply it to what you're doing so that you can continue to see yourself get better and better. This week, what we're dealing with is that talk, right? Some people say that talk is cheap, but I found out that words are expensive. Again, some people say that talk is cheap, but I found out that words are expensive. Words can cost you, right? Words can cost you by the things that you say. And some people tend not to be so mindful of their words, or they don't think that it's a big deal. I believe that our world is small because our words are small. Let me say that again. I believe that our world is small because our words are small. So your world, your experience, the things you're experiencing, the things that you're doing, the things that you're trying to become bigger at, the things that you're trying to expand, I believe that our world will expand once our words expand. And when I say our words expand, I don't mean that our words have to become long, right? We don't have to become learn big words, but we need to increase our language. Right? You need to not say the same thing over and over and over again. Find a way to get your language to deepen. I'm going to say this. If I hit you, I ain't trying to miss you. I've heard it said that profanity is a strong sign of a weak mind. And I want you to listen to what I'm saying. Profanity is a strong sign of a weak mind. Okay, Carlos, you saying that I got a weak mind? Okay, Carlos, you saying that if I'm using profanity, then I don't have a strong mind? I believe you're going to agree with my next statement. What I'm saying is, when you're using the same words over and over again and you don't have different words to choose from, that's a strong sign of a weak mind. That's a strong sign of a mind that doesn't have more words to pull from. I don't know about you, but you ever been told off by somebody and you like, thank you? Like, I don't know if I should say thank you. I don't know if I should feel bad. You ever have somebody to tell you off or somebody to say something to you in such a way where you knew it wasn't a great thing, but you knew it wasn't something that it was good that they were saying, but the words and the language that they were using was such at a high level, you had to find yourself searching Chat GPT or searching the dictionary or looking on the Google to see what does that word actually means. Find a way to increase your language, to increase the things that you're saying, to increase the words that you have, to become a better communicator. When you communicate better, most things that you do become better. And the best way to become a better communicator is to learn information. And when you're learning information, you should be learning different words, right? If I was to say to you, look at you. All right, yeah. Well, look at your clothes you got on. That's that antediluvian smacked. You might be like, thank you? What did you just say to me? It could be some clothes that I did not like. Now, I wouldn't say that to somebody, but antediluvian means before the flood, right? That means something that's old. Maybe it's out of time. Maybe it's out of touch. Smat means rattered, tethered together piece of clothing. So that wasn't a good statement, but at the same time, I can say that to somebody and I ain't got to cuss them out. I ain't got to be derogatory. I can say that to somebody, although I would not. But I found ways to increase my knowledge. Some people say that talk is cheap, but I found out that words are expensive. Not only are words expensive, watch this. When we want to increase things or change things, we need to be mindful of the things that we are saying or the words that are coming out of our mouth. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Right. Words are things. if you study in the Hebrew language, the word is interpreted as thing. I gotta slow down. When you study in the Hebrew language, the word is interpreted as things. So literally, words are things. And if we want to see different things or experience different things, one thing that we should be doing out of some other things is changing our words, because words are actually things. Think about it. Everything was a word first. Well, I want to see something, Carlos. I want to increase my business. I want to increase my knowledge. I want to increase my wisdom. I want to increase my coaching. I want to increase the way that I teach. I want to increase the way that I learn. I want to increase whatever it is that you're doing. I challenge you to increase your words, because everything was a word first. So since everything was a word first, if you want to see the thing, I challenge you to find out the word, or to increase the words that you're saying, or to be mindful of the words that you're saying. Some say that talk is cheap, but I found out that words are expensive. Be mindful of the things that you're saying, because there are things that we're seeing because we're saying them. It's not always that we continue to see the same thing just because the same thing is there. Sometimes we continue to see the same thing because we haven't changed the way we say things about the thing. And once we change the way we say things about the thing begins to change, because we've changed what we've said about the thing instead of continuing to agree with the thing that's actually there. Words are things. Everything was a word first. Chair, word first. Desk, word first. Computer, word first. Telephone, word first. Shirt, word first. Blazer, word first. Shoe, word first. Ceiling, word first. Floor, word first. Rug, word first. Do you catch what I'm saying? All these things that became things were once words. So if we want to see different things, then we need to focus on the words that we're saying, or we need to find a way to study and find different words to be able to say. I did this, and I continue to still practice it. I challenge you. Here's something that you can actually do. I challenge you to be mindful of the words that you're saying that are negative. Now, I'm not saying profanity. I'm not saying that it has to be that. I'm saying be mindful of negative words that you're saying. Here's an example, right? Sometimes we have parents, and we have our children, or even ourselves. We may say it, and it might not be our parents. Oh, poor baby, right? I've eliminated that from my language. I don't say poor baby. Oh, Carlos, you're doing too much. All right, you can say I'm doing too much, but I don't believe that baby is poor. I don't believe to speak poor over that child. So if I don't believe in speaking poor over that child, then for me, I don't want to say that. So there's some words that I don't say. I'm not big on saying I'm sorry. Now, that doesn't mean that I won't apologize. I may say I apologize. The reason why I won't say that I'm sorry is because I don't believe that I am a person who is a sorry person, so therefore I don't want to speak sorry over myself. Again, you might say, Carlos, you're doing too much. I'm saying to pay attention of the words that you're actually saying, and when you pay attention to the words that you're actually saying, you'll start to notice that you may be using way more negative words than you can even imagine. When I started doing that myself, when I started paying attention to the words that I was saying, when I started paying attention to the language, and I started saying, you know what, Carlos, I'm going to start to limit negative words. I'm going to start to cut back on some of these words I say. For one, it was a full-time job, right? First off, it was, I found myself saying a lot of negative stuff. I found myself saying a lot of negative things. I'm like, wow. And it's starting to heighten it. It's like if you ever was a person that wanted to give up sugar, or you want to give up something, you start to pay attention to the ingredients, and you'll start to see that sugar is in a lot of things that you didn't know sugar was in. What I'm saying is, when you start to pay attention to some of these negative words that we're saying, and I challenge you, take it on a day. Take it as a day. I've done this in my life. One day I just said, I'm going to start monitoring the words come out of my mouth. I'm going to monitor these negative words, and I'm going to say to myself, I'm going to stop myself from saying these negative words. Full-time job. But it changed my language, and it caused my awareness to heighten on things that I was saying, and it helped me to eliminate a lot of words outside of my language, and I started to see the benefit in my life. Some say that words are cheap. Talk is cheap. But I found out that words are expensive. Be mindful of the words that you're saying. Start to study words. Start to study language. Start to read more books. Go to YouTube. Start to see more information to increase your language. I'll say this in closing. It's a lot of times, it's not that you can't do a thing. What I mean by that, it's not that you don't have the ability to do the thing. Sometimes, hear me, sometimes we just don't have the information or the words to be able to unlock another level to get us to a level that we are able to operate on and we're able to do the things. But for some reason, we can't get into that level, or not scratch that, not for some reason, because of our language or because of the lack of information. It keeps us from getting to a level that we can actually operate on. I got to close this, but come on, Carlos, make it plain. You've seen people who are doing certain things, and you've said to yourself, I know I can do that. You've said to yourself, I can do that better than them. Nothing against them. You don't even want to take it away from them. But you've said to yourself, I know I can do that if given the right opportunity, or if given the right information and or the right words to help you access a different level that you may not be on, even though you probably can operate on. Some say that talk is cheap. I believe that words are expensive. And a lot of times our words are costing us something. Carlos V. Spencer, thank you again for chiming in, listening in. Let's go. Let's grow. Let's get it.
Let's go. Let's grow. Let's grow. Let's get it. Let's